Welcome to the moon. We got my boy Jeffrey, man. What's up, Jeff? How are you, bro?
What's up, Jamil? How you doing? I'm doing
I'm
good.
so I'm
Good.
so good, man. I'm you're such a positive, joyful dude, that I've connected with on our weekly coaching calls, and so I'm really happy to talk about your story today because I resonate with you and I connect with you. Um, but for those people that have no idea who Jeffrey is, I mean, he's a phenomenal energy. Jeffrey, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you personally and how you came into even finding real estate investing as a thing to do. Like, what? Rewind us back to the beginning of you, bro.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So for the beginning of me, like what I've been doing is basically the beginning before I got into wholesaling. I was, totally broke. I didn't know where I was going in my life. I just, hanging out with the wrong crowds, putting the wrong things first. Doing the wrong things, and then, I had to leave from San Diego to meet with my friend, my buddy Miles. His name is Miles Ventura, a really close friend of mine, and he actually introduced me to wholesaling. He was first learning about it too, and it was something but a dream for the both of us. And yeah, and then that's kind of how I got started. And then he kind of introduced me to Cody Sperber and everybody, and then um, put me on basically. And I was kind of like looking on it and like didn't know if I could do it, but like wanted to do it. And then and then I was watching videos and like looking at it, and I came across this one video. Josiah Grimes doing 30 to 60 deals a month in wholesaling, and I was watching that. I was like, wow, this is so awesome. And then I would see you with in as soon as I would enter that, and I saw that, and then Miles kind of like got into it, and then we like started off there.
So that's great. So you come to us from a friend. A friend tells you about wholesale real estate. You're kind of lost a little bit. You have the wrong friends. You're not really doing what you want to do in life, and you're in San Diego, right? So are you currently in San Diego? Did you go to LA? Where are you located right now?
So now I'm located in San Diego, Mira Mesa.
Okay.
I'm also before previously I was living in I was currently living in Orange County, and now that everything happened, I came out here to this market to kind of like um, get more connected in the real estate industry here, because keep in mind when I was in San Diego, I wasn't really in the you know I didn't know everything that I know now.
Sure.
So I didn't know everything that I know now. So now I want to like be able to expand all over here in SoCal, because before previously we were in Orange County markets, like Los Angeles market and then Empire markets.
So tell us about your first deal. How did it happen? Where did you find it? How much did you make? Give us the juicy details.
The juicy details. Yeah, for sure. So basically, the first time I found my deal was my first deal that ever did was in Victorville with Keegley. Actually, I was starting to do agent outreach, and when I did, I was starting to implement all of the strategies that you've taught me, and I reached out to some people. I was putting in offers, and I submitted this one. They said that I had to wait 5 days for it to get accepted, to see if it got accepted. And I just had to wait. And then 5 days later, they texted me saying, "Hey, your offer is accepted." I was just freaking out, like, because I was like, I just
What do I
want.
do next?
I was like, okay, what do I do next? Like I didn't, have all of my buyers like like completely organized. So, I decided to, contact my right hand guy who you guys connected me with, Keegley. His name is Adrian Barajas, and he helped me disposition the deal with Keegley. So we got it at 225, and then I sold it to Keegley for 230, and then 230 went ahead and found the end buyer at 235. So we both split
Awesome.
five, and that really helped me stay afloat to look for my next deal, because that really helped me, like um, continue the traction that I needed to build, you know, to continue building.
Right. And sometimes that's all we do need is just enough gas in the tank to make it to the next stop, right? Like
Yeah,
it's a The thing about wholesale that's interesting to me is there's all the videos and you see all the people posting checks and there's it's great when somebody makes $50,000, $70,000. I've made $400,000 on one deal. I mean, great. And if I focused on those big wins all the time, I'd be giving people an unrealistic idea of how much they can actually make and what the average deal really looks like, right? And so, on average at Keegley, we make about $10,000 a deal on average, and some of them are $5,000 deals, and some of them are $15,000 deals. But on average, we're doing about 10 grand. And so, that's for people out there. If you're new to wholesale and you're thinking, I'm going to get rich on my first deal, not likely, right? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a unicorn moonshot, or are you looking for a consistent business, right? And so, Jeffrey, you found some consistency. So what happened in the next deal?
So for the next deal, I was able to, as soon as I got that, it really helped me build the momentum that I needed to like find my next deal. And but I still had to hustle, like I still had to work very hard because, if I wasn't working hard, then my business wasn't, continuing to build. So
Right.
for my next deal, I ended up finding my continued working, reaching out, and I connecting on Facebook. And I was just praying, man, because like I was like, I was just really praying for, because I didn't know where I was going, and like I didn't know when, that money only lasts for, you can make that money last, but it'll only last stretch. You can only stretch it for so
So
far.
far, yeah.
Know? And then at that point, when I was getting down to like my last like a couple $100, I was just had to go down and just like think, like pray, like like, God, I know, like, thank you for everything that you're doing in my life, and that thank you for what you're doing, and please help, and then He'll provide. And um but yeah, and then all of a sudden it just happened, came up, and then um yeah, and then all of a sudden an agent hit me up and on from Facebook outreach that I connected with a couple months ago, and then she said, "Hey, I have this one that you might be interested in," and then had the appraisal report and everything, and I was like, okay, well, it was appraised at 1.975, and I was like, okay, well, if the appraisal was already at 1.975 without being at the comps, if I could get this at 1.3, this will make sense for me. Um, and then and then she said, well, we already have offers ready from this price, and I was like, well, let me look at the comps. And then we had to I looked at the comps, and then I mean, like, they were right. And then but in the market that we're in, I would there was comps that are actually selling at 2.1 as well. So I saw those comps as well. When I saw that, I was like, you know what, we can offer 1.551 and then pay for all the closing costs. So then we ended up getting it because she had the fiduciary duty with their seller, and because we offered the highest, and then we ended up using a dispositional company to disposition it at 1.6 million dollars.
So how much did you make on that deal?
And then they just positioned it at 1.67 million, and
So
then they
you got it for 1.5,
1.5, yeah,
and then you sold it for 1.6.
1.6, yes.
So you made 100 grand on the next deal.
Yeah, I didn't make 100 grand on. I mean, if I went directly to the buyer, I could have, but I ended up using another company because I was just freaking out. And then like um,
So you had somebody help you. They JV'd the deal with you.
yeah, they JV.
So did you split? You split the 100K?
We didn't split it, so I dispositioned it at 1.51, and then I got 1.51, and then I dispositioned it at 1.6, and then he ended up assigning and putting having the buyer put an EMD at 1.67.
Okay.
So
So what did you end up getting to take home on that deal?
80K.
80K for you on that deal.
80K for me, because I ended up saying, thank you for helping me out with this one. Since because I was gonna originally make 90K, and then he was gonna make 70K, and I was like, it's okay. This and that. I was like, I don't mind. Thank you for helping me. I don't mind. And instead also
Making it even.
1.59, yeah, to make it even. So make sure, just so to thank you for helping me through the transaction. And yeah, but
So who was the disposition? Who helped you sell that deal? And where did you find them?
I found them through Facebook. It's actually a guy that I went to high school with. I knew
Wow.
he was in the area too, and the deal was a backyard deal as well. It was close to where I live by, and basically, um, yeah, I sold it to Nick Ramirez, and I believe he has a company with Adrian Hernandez as well. But they're awesome, man. They really helped me out with that one. And yeah.
Incredible. So you made 80K. What's your plan now? What's your what are you doing moving forward?
Um, Moving forward, I have to be smart with it. You know, I have to keep my overhead low, and like, um, I have to keep on doing what I've been doing to, you know, figure out how can I do this in a bigger scale, a bigger model. Like, how can I improve what I'm doing now, so I don't fall back on the wagon. So my
It's
pipeline.
in the follow-up, bro.
So
You
my
know, God knocked on your door when he had the agent reach out to you and say, "Hey, you know," and you had talked to that agent months ago, right? So that's a sign to tell you that it's time for you to keep following up with people. You got to follow up, follow up, follow up. That's where the money's going to come from. I say this all the time, bro. The money is in the not in the high, it's in the high again. Okay?
son.
The money is not in the high, it's in the high again. High again, it's Jeffrey. Let's do some business. You follow up, bro. That's where you're gonna, you know, you're really lucky because you got, you know, your second deal was a home run. You know, $80,000 is a great amount of money. And welcome to the moon. You know, you're already on this podcast. Look at you, dude. You know, but now your next job is to really be smart with the 80,000. You know, and that's not going and spending a bunch of money hiring people. That's doing exactly what you did to get to this job, to this spot, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, until you gain consistency. And then once you gain consistency, then you start thinking about going and hiring somebody.
Yeah, that
Make
makes
sense?
complete sense. Yeah.
Bro, you're crushing it in a market where people think that they can't do business. You know, Southern California has this stigma. People say, "Oh, it's impossible to wholesale." Is it impossible to wholesale in Southern California?
No, and honestly, I think anybody can do it. Anybody can do it, and like if as long as you have the right mindset, mindset is number one key to having in this business. Because if you don't have the right mindset, you know, you're gonna tend to give up. People tend to give up if they don't have the right mindset. So the mindset is the number one key. You can't give up in this business. You have to keep it going, and no matter what. And I feel like everything that you teach is completely true. I mean, it works. I mean, there's this model is a proven strategy. Number one key is finding motivated sellers at a discounted price.
That's it. That's it. And having those conversations every single day. How many conversations do you have every day, bro?
I have around. I try to have 50 a day. Lately, I've been on you know, but like I try to have 50 conversations at least every single day. Um,
Congrats, man. It's what's gonna get it. It's what's gonna get you there, dude. 50 conversations a day gets you the gold.
100%, 100%. 50 conversations a day gets you the gold, and it gets you where you far. It gets you exactly. Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Jeffrey. I'm proud of you, man. You're an example. You're an inspiration for the people watching right now. They're looking at you. They're saying, "How does this handsome? How do I do what this handsome guy is doing? How do I go make $80,000?" And you guys see it. He doesn't overcomplicate it. He keeps it really simple, right? He's just like, "Look, I'm having the conversations. I'm doing the outreach, and I'm keeping faith, and I stay consistent. And guess what? Good things happen." As long as you put in the work every single day, guys, you will get the result. It's an input and output game. There's nothing magical about this. Okay. You are collaborating with your creator, yes, but your creator wants you to do the work, and it's not going to happen without it. Right. So without you dialing the dials, without you making the connections, without you creating the relationships, the responsibility is always on your shoulders. If you don't do that stuff, the deals won't happen. How do people do business with you, Jeffrey? If they want to come out and do a deal with you in San Diego, how do people reach you?
You could reach me through my social media accounts, through Instagram or Facebook, or you know,
What's your Instagram?
my Instagram. It's just gonna be my full name, Jeffrey, and then Buen Camino with a dot right in the middle. So Jeffrey period Buen Camino. Also on my Facebook, just my full name. You can find me there. If you also anybody needs help in SoCal as well, you could reach me at my phone number as well over
What's your
here.
phone number?
It's going to be 858-216-0595.
Okay, guys, blow his phone up. Okay, guys, one more time with your phone number, Jeffrey.
It's going to be 858-216-0595.
Awesome, bro. Congratulations on making it to the moon, Jeffrey. You are an inspiration, bro. $85,000, 2 deals in, man. Get out of here. What a cool thing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jamil, again for everything and everything that you've been teaching me. I mean, through the model, as long as you're doing the work and making sure you're making those consistent calls every day, and making sure you manage those agent leads, manage your follow-up systems, and keep making sure you're managing the inbounds and putting them on the right place. That's all it comes down to. As long as you're and making sure you're getting 1% better every single day. If I could leave with anything.
My man. Congrats, brother. Love you lots.
Thank you so much, Jamil. I appreciate you for your time. I appreciate it.